They're democratic socialists, and that's a very different thing, and I don't think people know that yet.
Let me show you one more, Bill, because here he is talking about, this is from Real Time actually, talking about what happens when we trade capitalism, the thing that allows maximal freedom and the most amount of variation and liberty in a system, when we trade that for socialism, and it's pretty freaking obvious, and we've done this time and time again.
I know the kids think that stuff that happened before their appearance on the planet didn't really happen, but it did. We've run this experiment many times, and the results are always obvious. Here's capitalist South Korea at night from space. Here's socialist North Korea. Yeah. In 1990, Venezuela was wealthier than Poland. But then Poland, finally free of Soviet-style economics, went all in on capitalism. And now their economy is as big as Japan. And people there have high wages, low inflation, cars, vacations, homes. Meanwhile, Venezuela traded capitalism for Hugo Chavez's Socialism for the 21st Century, which turned out to be like socialism in the last century, or any century, a mess. It turned one of Latin America's richest countries into one of its poorest. Low wages, high inflation, shortages, outages, 8 million people fleeing. If you think New York can somehow reinvent this wheel, you're in for a rude awakening. Zohran can't make your wishes come true. You're thinking of Zoltar. Democratic socialism is like a dating profile. Things look great until you meet up in the real world. For example, Bernie Sanders, his big thing was always bringing single-payer health care to our country of 340 million. But when liberal, tie-dyed Vermont tried to do it for a population of 626,000, it collapsed like that poor Oval Office last week. Bernie, AOC, Mamdani are not Democrats. They'll be the first to tell you that. They're democratic socialists, and that's a very different thing, and I don't think people know that yet.
Rude awakening. Why don't I have writers like that? That's pretty solid, actually. To everything Bill said there, we've been through this experiment. It has never worked. As I always say, think about your grandparents, think about your grandparents. It doesn't matter where you are from. Someone in your family came to America with almost without exclusion because they were fleeing the ideas of communism or socialism or Marxism. They were fleeing authoritarian regimes that promised everything. The bad guys don't come in saying we're the bad guys. The bad guys come in saying we're the good guys. We're smiling. See, we're for everybody. And what that usually means is we're gonna have to kill a lot of people because the everybody we're for is this many people, right? In America, we're actually for everybody in that we let you pursue your happiness, right? We hopefully can create as even a playing field as possible. And it's not always perfect, and some are born with a little bit more. Some people are just born stupid. There are stupid people, they are out there. And some people are born with a lot of money and they end up blowing all of that and dying early because they're drug addicts. That's what life's all about. But we've done it here better than anywhere else. And we are electing, largely because of these idiotic immigration policies, we are now electing people to usher in the thing that all our ancestors fled.